Inspiration, Influence, and Income. I'm your host, Danielle Winningham, and today we're going to be interviewing two of my clients, Angel Rhodes and Brent Rhodes, also known as Marriage of God. And part of their story, they actually have a twofold story. And part of their story is that of being a married couple in business together. The second piece of that story is that Angel is currently in the military, and we definitely thank her for serving. And she's going to be transitioning out of the military soon and into civilian life. And that means that they are in an aggressive ramp up as it relates to revenue to make sure that as she transitions out of that full-time job, they can step into their business full-time. And so we're going to be talking to them this morning about their experience and what, working with me and some of the programs that I have as a coach have done for them. But it's great just to hear their story and how they're moving forward in their business as a married couple. So they'll be on the line shortly. Good morning, Angel and Brent. Welcome to Inspiration, Influence, and Income, hosted by me. Good morning. You guys are sideways. They can't see you on the podcast, but you guys are sideways. But we're going to make it work. So good morning. How are you guys doing?
We're good. We got to switch the camera. If it's sideways.
There you go.
Better? Okay.
There you go. Hey. So guys, as we get started, first of all, tell everybody who you guys are.
Okay, guys. Y'all got to be able to because
You ain't even got to tell them all that, Brent, because you're on the podcast too. You just work through it.
Okay, great. So I'll hold it real quick. So listen, me and my wife, we serve together as Marriage of God. My name is Brent.
And I'm Angel.
Of course she is. So what we are is marriage and relationship builders. You know, what we do is we help married couples navigate through the hard times that life and marriage is sure to bring. We absolutely change the lives of married couples and single women.
Yes.
Change their lives. I'm sorry, y'all. Our daughter is calling us. We're also parents as well. And our daughter is calling us via FaceTime. So that's who we are. And we are esteemed guests of this lovely show.
So tell us about your journey. And I know one of the things that I work with you guys specifically, and for those of you who are joining, if you could please share the broadcast, that would be great. Invite other married couples to join. That would be amazing. But I know specifically there are a couple of different things that I work specifically on with you guys as it relates to your business. Can you tell us about that?
Okay. Do you want to?
Sure. The experience has been life-changing, right?
Yeah.
To say the very least. I can remember when we first decided that, okay, we're already doing this and we're already helping marriages and helping couples. Why don't we go ahead and do this as our business?
Right.
And lo and behold, we happened upon the wonderful Danielle Patterson Winningham.
Yes.
Took, was it Profits?
Yeah, they all start, and that's one thing about my classes.
Yeah.
They all start in the same way. So the Black Code starts the exact same way that even that Passion, Profits, and Perfects class started way back then, which is helping you find your purpose and aligning your purpose and your passion so you can make more money. So that was the very first class that they took, and it's a product creation class. Can you talk to us about product creation, Angel? So I'm sure they're going to answer that question in just a moment. They're a lot like me. The minute I get online, it seems like everybody in the world absolutely wants and positively needs to call me online. But one of the reasons that I always start with a product creation class is that the majority of people are leaving money on the table by not having enough products and services. And Angel and Brent were the exact same way. And we noticed that they tended to have this propensity to overteach. And we all do that. We all overserve. We all overteach. We all do too much.
Right.
And so talk to us about how that product creation helped you guys expand your revenue.
Well, for one, like you said, you were able to show us how we were over delivering, and we were able to take products that we had already created and didn't really realize to be products, and use those to still help couples, still help our single ladies, but in return also be able to generate real income and real revenue from those products. It was just, and it was eye-opening for us because we thought we had to give everything in this one great massive product, and it was unreal. Like I said, it was an eye-opener to see just how much we were force-feeding.
Well, listen. This is what I really want to say pertaining to that subject. You know, there's sometimes, even though that we live and we've surpassed the information stage era, you know, there's sometimes that you can give too much information and you confuse your clients. You know, if you give your daughter or your son a lot of information and they will not be able to obtain everything, and they lose some, and the things that they lose, you want them to get that the most. So you have to do it in increments. And with Coach, with Danielle, she taught us how to look. Don't overserve the people because you're doing no good.
Right.
You're doing them no good. You're doing them a disservice, as well as you're working too hard not to produce the results that you know that what you're giving will be able to produce.
Right.
Guys, you know, there's an old saying, I think it's in Greek mythology, that says, or I think it was, I can't remember the name of the book, but it says a pound of flesh, no more, no less. And in your business, if you're not doing a good job meeting out your products and services, you're undercharging, you're over delivering, you're doing your clients a disservice, and you're doing yourself a disservice.
Right.
You know, there is such thing as information overload. And a lot of times clients will come into my course and they want to go from, somebody actually inboxed me and was like, hey, can you help me? Hey, Trevor, we got a superstar in the crowd, Darius Cooks. We got a bunch of superstars in here today, but they're always like, hey, somebody inboxed me and was like, can you help me make $100,000 by Christmas? And I told them, this is probably not the course for you. See, one thing a lot of people don't like about me is I'm not finna lie to kick it. I'm just not going to do it. You got to start at 0 and then work to 10. You got to go from 10 to 20. I mean, you don't go from 0 to 6 figures overnight, and you don't go from 6 to 7 overnight. Now, what you do is if you are consistent, you break down barriers every step of the way. It took me 40 years to make my first 100,000, but it only took me 6 to make the next 600,000. It's only going to take me 2 to make the next million. It's probably only going to take me 1 to have a 2 million year. It's probably only going to take me 6 months to have a 5 million year. So, but here's the thing. Some of you, because you've not started, you can't even see 6 figures from where you sit. In order for you to see 6 figures, you got to be at least at 30, 40,000. And once you get to 30, 40,000, you can see 6 figures. Once you get to 100,000, you can see $250,000. But it's progressive and it's a process. And if you don't get started, you can't get finished. You absolutely cannot get finished. So one thing I was able to help Brent and Angel do was see where they were absolutely over delivering on one product, took that one product and strategically, and you can try to do this on your own. Yeah, I'm doing that right now. It's just different when you have a coach. And I tell you guys all the time, it doesn't even have to be me, but you need a coach. You need, even the Bible says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. So you need some professional somewhere along the way to look at your content and help you break that content up in a manner that makes sense.
And that's exactly where we were. I remember when we were talking to you and you were like, well, what's in this program? And we were like, this and this and this. And you were like, whoa. I need to see this content. I need to see it. And when you did, you were like, y'all are way over delivering in this. And we were able to break that one thing down and walked away with 4 products. We were just over delivering just that much. And we were like, oh my goodness, it never dawned on us that that's what we were doing. We were over delivering and leaving people with information overload. Not that it wasn't all good information, it just wasn't all good information for that one product.
Right.
And you want the people to get it.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that's me. I want the people to get it. I want people to feel like they got their money's worth. But, in doing so, you guys not only were cheating them because it was too much for them to get in one sitting, you're really cheating yourself too. So now you got 4 times the products. So now you have 4 times the revenue potential that you had with just that one product. But another thing we did with you guys is we shifted your pricing. Let's talk about that.
Absolutely. So for that one product that we're giving all of that information in, we were way undercharging for it. And we were able to sit with you and restructure our pricing to a place where it was fair for those who came into the programs, but it was also fair to us. We were actually being compensated properly for the information that we were sharing, the time that we were giving, and that was another thing, and I think we get that from our coach, is when we get in our sessions, we don't want to leave until everyone gets what they came for. And so that in and of itself was a huge blessing for us as well, being able to be properly compensated by restructuring our pricing.
Can I tell you, like, the coaching relationship, and I want y'all to really take heed to this. When you talk about the coaching relationship, it's about relating to one another. Mm-hmm. Relationship. Now, a lot of coaches will tell you, well, you need to do this, you need to do that, and never would hear any of your suggestions that you had for your own product. Mm-hmm. And she heard that, and she gave the truthful insight. And when she gave the truthful insight, she said the decision is yours. Mm-hmm. So, and then when you look at it, she said, compare this and compare that. What will you do? Because when you're coaching somebody in the manner in which we do with marriages and relationships, you don't need to have anxiety.
Right.
Because you know that what you're giving, if they just get it, we would conversate all the time. If they would just get this one thing, they would see what I see. It's almost like a plate of food in front of you, right? And you swore up and down that you ordered some green beans, but you have it so close to you. You would see the rice, you would see the chicken, you would even see the fries on the other side. But if you just back up a little bit, you don't have to reorder those green beans again because you see your whole plate of food. And that is what Danielle has enabled us to do with her knowledge. Not even her knowledge, her love.
Yeah.
When she said, Coach love you, You know,
she really does.
and and that's the thing. What's her love? You know, you want somebody who you can relate to and who is really, really thinking about you in your future,
right.
even when you can't see it.
Right, absolutely. No smoke and mirrors. Real insightful information, and she's going to walk you through that process, and she's going to follow up to make sure. Okay, so when we last spoke, y'all was supposed to do this, and this. Where we at?
That's it.
I think a lot of people, and Brent, you and I had this conversation, and I had this conversation last night with my big launch group. A lot of people are out there buying a lifestyle. You're
right.
buying the coach with the Bentley. You're buying the coach that says, I made $1 million in 6 months. You're buying the coach that says, this is my big house. And what you're not seeing behind the scenes is that a lot of those coaches ain't even paying their staff. A lot of those coaches don't own those houses or those cars. And a lot of them are lying to kick it about their revenue. So instead of you listening to their content and saying, this person can help me make more money, you're looking at what they drive and you're looking at how they live and you're making a snap decision and a snap judgment, and not a judgment led by the spirit, not a judgment led by your intuition.
Right.
And over the last few days, and the only reason I'm speaking of it is over the last few days, I've talked to about 10 different women who have spent anywhere from $7,500 to $15,000 on coaching packages and walked away with nothing. When I know personally, Brennan Angel, you guys have spent some money with me, but you ain't spent that level of money, but you've walked away with an unlimited number of products, services, launching books, rebranding.
Yeah.
I mean, talk to the people about what all you've had, even in this last year of working with me.
The Ring Master Plan.
Yeah.
Everybody who's bought the Ring Master Plan,
been a part of that.
Been a part of the Ring Blueprint. Who's been a part of Wifed Up. Mm-hmm. When we think about what has happened and what has transpired, let me read this quote. Our age of anxiety is in great part the result of trying to do today's job with yesterday's tool.
Wow.
By Marshall McLuhan. Did y'all catch that? That our age of anxiety is in great part the result of trying to do today's job with yesterday's tool. This time last year, we didn't have these products.
Right.
We had one product. You understand? Not only that, we launched a book. We launched 3 more. But see, and I don't want y'all to look at it as if, don't look at it from a consumer when you talk about your business. Look at it as a developer. And this is what a coach will do for you.
Right.
A lot of you don't even understand, even in your marriages and your relationships, that you can't see the full picture. This is why we offer the services that we offer. Mm-hmm. And this is why we knew that what we were doing was good, but it wasn't to the point to where it would be effective.
Right. And it was by breaking that program down.
Right.
And being able to give people the information that they needed in the doses where they could take it and work with it and be effective with it, that we are able to now say that through our programs, we now have gotten 5 young ladies who've gotten engaged. One actually is married now, right? We got 4 planning weddings. We have a young man that just got engaged a couple months ago. We are seeing real results. With what we're doing, because we're now giving people the information that they need in just the bite-sized chunks that they can. We were trying to get them from broken to married in one product, right? We were giving them broken to married in one product. Where's the process? And so we're now able to take them from broken, get them through that process, and take them step by step to realizing the relationship dreams that they have for themselves. And it's nothing short of amazing to see what God is doing.
And your profits as a result of that. And you know, trust me, nobody's money is where they want it to be, but it's not where it was.
Right.
You know, and you have to look and say, if my profits have quadrupled, sextuplets times 10 of where I was this time last year, that's nothing short of amazing. And one of the words we've been using is billionaire. And billionaire is a combination of a builder and a billionaire, because all billionaires are builders. And everybody under the sound of my voice, I see Danita Brown just joined. I've been knowing Danita probably 5 or 6 years. I know that with the knowledge that Danita has about nonprofits and serving the community, she could write 4 or 5 books or host 3 or 4 coaching programs. We don't do it. We don't build. Tracy Stigler. I've known Stigler since I worked at Chase. She bakes. We're your cookbooks. And so those are just the tip of the iceberg. I remember I gave somebody an idea one day on live stream, and they took the idea and they used it and they made a little money. But instead of them coming back, I taught them to, you know, go bake some plates, and they started making plates of food and they started making money. And instead of coming back and saying, give me some more, they got comfortable that quick with that little bit of money that was coming in. And that's what we do instead of doing like millionaires and billionaires and building on top of whatever we built last.
Right.
Everything we're doing right now is just the foundation.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's you mentioned about me retiring, right? And so it was so imperative for us to be able to have this sure footing on our foundational products, so that we can move forward without any shadow of a doubt that we'll be able to still sustain our lifestyle, our children's lifestyles, with the income that we generate from the products we create, right? But God told Moses, what's in your hand?
That's it.
Right? And we had all of these tools in our hands, but we didn't realize them to be tools. And so if you don't have a coach, you definitely need one.
You know,
real quick, Brent, somebody said, you flow so well with ideas and creativity, coach, I'm uncomfortable. Guys, this is my gift.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
And so you may never flow like I flow with my gift, but I loan you my gift when you hire me.
Yes.
Right.
And that's part of what we do. And you can even ask my big launch class last night. I went through and I did it like Bill Biv DeVoe. I smacked it, flipped it, rubbed it down. Oh no. Oh no. And when they left class, they had a crystal clear picture of who they wanted to serve, a crystal clear picture of what they were going to serve them. And it was so crisp. See, you want sold out products and services, you got to give people what they want. And if you don't give people what they want, you're a salesman, because you're going to have to convince them to buy something they don't want. And so I help them get in touch with what it is that people really want from you. And if you miss that piece, that very important piece of the product and the service creation process, that's why somebody says, Coach, you were a genius time 1,000 last night. That's why there are crickets on your social media. That's why every now and then you may hear a chirp of someone that says, hey, what about this or what about that? But for the most part, you're not out there just overselling everything that you create. There is a process, and it's my genius. And I teach you how to tap into your own, but until you can, you still got to have a genius on your team.
Right.
You know, when you said that just now, for us, impromptu, we don't have to know your problem. We don't have to know what's going on with you. Mm-hmm. If we talk, God has gifted us, has gifted us with relationships and marriages. Gifted us with that. You know, we've been together since we were 15. Through a whole lot of valleys, a whole lot of low points, a whole lot of places that we were stuck, learned how to get unstuck. And the greatness of what you showed us in your gift. See, all we have to do is operate in your purpose.
Yeah.
And see, the thing about operating your purpose, it takes a process. And sometimes, the Bible talks about wise counsel.
Mm-hmm.
Not just any counsel.
Yeah.
Wise counsel.
Not wise counsel.
So if, I don't care what you're doing. Baking, there was something that Danielle went last year. A lady was saying that she was X, Y, and Z. I'm not going to go through that. But she said, well, if you're doing that, you can do this, you can do that, and you can make money all types of ways. It's just a gift. And if this is what you want, if you want to really expand your purpose and see your vision expand to where God has placed in you, because God placed it in you. Don't have anxiety. Don't try to build tomorrow's tool tomorrow with yesterday's tool.
Right.
Don't do it. Get a coach.
Absolutely.
And it's amazing you said that, Brent, because the analogy I used with them the other day was that all of us have $1 million in our backyard. All of us have abundance in our backyard. Right? Because if Oprah got it, and if Steve Jobs had it, and if Bill Gates had it, and guys, if you haven't shared this broadcast, please do. And he said he's no respect of person.
Right.
So that means we either are all regular, including Oprah, Beyonce, and Jay-Z, or we're all special, including Warren Buffett, Michael Jordan, and Bill Gates. So everybody has equal abundance in their backyard. Are you digging with a shovel, or are you digging with a spoon? And if you're by yourself trying to uncover your abundance, you're digging with a spoon. And I ask each and every one of you in that situation, if you knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that there is abundance in your backyard, would you hesitate to hire a shovel? And that's what I am. I'm a shovel. And I look at people every day and I challenge them, Brent and Angel, for $77 a week or $99 a week, which is what the Black Code costs. Wouldn't you want to hire a shovel? And especially for those who've not even started digging. Because every day I get people to ask, well, what if you don't know what your passion is? You've got to go look for it. What if I don't know what my purpose is? You've got to go look for it. What if I've never started a business? Let's get started. It's a quote that says, when was the best time to plant a tree? Well, if you want some shade, 20 years ago.
Right.
But if you miss that planting, don't miss the opportunity to plant one today.
Marty said,
Marty says he want a bulldozer.
But you got to start with the keys first.
Right.
To get if you want a bulldozer,
you have to invest.
You have to invest.
They don't just hand bulldozers out. They don't just give them away. You got to invest in them. Right. And if you want a coach that's going to take your business to the next level by teaching you, showing you real ways to generate products and services that will serve your ideal client, then you're in the right place, Marty. You are in the right place.
And Marty's actually amazing. I met Marty at the New Media Summit. And y'all know I remember everybody, and I remember where I met everybody, which is a blessing in and of itself. But he has an amazing gift, and he walks around giving it away, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when you give things away, you don't align people with the value of you. And so, Brennan Angel, I know that was something that we worked on, is helping you understand your value. And for those of you who are listening, I have a program called The Black Code starting November 9th and November 11th. It's the Black Code and the Black Code Light. You can register at bit.ly/BLAQ. And it stands for Build, Launch, and Quit. Is this just for entrepreneurs? Yes and no. Because if you don't have a business, you need to be having some type of backup revenue. Jobs are not loyal. So I don't know anyone on the planet that does not have a skill that can be translated outside of a job to make additional income. There was an economic report done, an economic study that said 75% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, meaning that they don't have $400 for an emergency without leveraging friends and family or credit cards. That is an astonishing number. So how do you fix that? If your check is not enough, you create additional revenue. We need to stop being consumers, meaning running to the store, buying everything they have for sale. And guess what? Start being the store. Start having people coming to you and buying what you have. And it doesn't mean you quit your job. It just means if your job ever quits you, you're not sitting there in a lurch. And that's how people are ending up in homeless homes. That's how people are ending up on the street. It's unfortunate that the majority of Americans are one paycheck from homeless, 2 paychecks from homeless. So don't get so comfortable that you don't think it's you.
That's it.
That's it. Amen.
You know, and that's another thing. Not only just for entrepreneurs, people who have purpose.
Yeah.
You know, purpose. If you have any purpose, you need wise counsel. And I wanna really hold on to that. Wise counsel. And when I mean wise counsel, anybody can tell you how to process your purpose. Right. Anybody, you can't rely on anybody, and it's a shame if you do. You know, when your purpose will enable you to leave an inheritance for generations to come.
Children.
For generations to come.
You know, like Coach said, you know, we all have this $1 million in our backyard. You know, we've all been given, and Marty said it in the comments, we've all been given a gift.
Right.
And the sad thing is, a lot of times when you are operating within your gift, it's so easy, it's so second nature to you that you overlook it. And that's where a good coach will come in and say, you know what, I see this, and this inside of you. And this is how we pull it out and allow you to realize revenue streams from the gift that God has given you. But that's not something that everyone is able, most people aren't able to, I don't think anybody is able to do on their own.
Right.
You have to have that wise counsel. You have to have a coach.
And Angel, you are absolutely right. I tell everybody that if I were to put a meter on your back and let it run like a cab for 2 years or 3 years, and it captured everything inside of your purpose that you did for somebody else, all the free advice, all of the free support, all of the going out of your way, the majority of people would be a millionaire inside of 3 to 5 years. Some things that you're doing are so second nature to you, you don't even realize people are paying their IT for that.
Right.
You've taken your own gifts and talents for granted just too long.
Right.
And so you say, I've left all this money on the table. But again, at what point did you say, I'm going to get some help and start picking it up? And I've been telling the people, look, it's tax deductible. It's absolutely positively risk-free. You write this off on your taxes. When are you going to build something on the backs of the government that when you get 65, listen to what I'm saying right now. The black code is your retirement plan. Because when you get 65, you ain't guaranteed Social Security going to be there unless you're 64.
Right.
Unless you're 63. It might make it another couple of years. But outside of that, you're not guaranteed to have a retirement from the government. This is your retirement. This is your retirement. So don't sit there and say, well, I have a job, I'm good. Well, I got a few dollars in the bank, I'm good. Unless you learn how to use what's in your hands, what's in your heart, and what's in your mind. And I've never seen so many people just flat out scared to make money.
You know, somebody said in the comments that they've left so much money on the table. And that's what we were there, right? Not charging for our gifts, feeling bad about, allowing people to make us feel bad about even the idea of charging for our gifts. And that's not something that's easily done. working your way through that process. And that's, if nothing else, you need a coach to walk you through that process, because that was one thing that you had to do with us, was to show us that your gifts are valuable, and we should definitely be able to profit from the gifts that God gave us.
What percent, Brent, because you're a numbers man, what percent of an increase has your pricing had in the last year?
100%.
If not 1,000.
Matter of fact, no. 1,000%.
It is.
From 1,000%, because 10 times.
Yes.
10 times with the products that we had last year to what we have now. And we're more effective. We're more effective than what we were last year, because now we have time,
right,
to really hone on to the things that people need,
right,
and not just what we want to give them. See, that was the same thing that you alluded to earlier. We thought, y'all, they really need this, but they didn't want all of that. They wanted what they wanted, and they needed what they needed.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's that old adage. People.
All of that. Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Angel.
No, I was just going to say, and they may have needed all of it, but they didn't need it all in that one season.
That's it.
But you know what they say? People beg for what they need and buy what they want.
Buy what they want.
So what I teach people is to create products and services that people want.
That's it.
Yes.
We want to sit back and say, and even with me, guys, there's not a day that goes by that I don't beg you to save yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I get so many "you told me" souls.
Right.
Hey, coach, I've been watching you 2 years, and I lost my job yesterday, and all I could hear was you in the background saying, save yourself. I was going to start in December.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to start in September. I was going to start in April. And it happens time and time again. And it's happened over the last years more times than I can count.
Mm-hmm.
While you have the resources, build yourself a parachute.
Start building now.
While you have the resources, build yourself a hang glider. There is no question that at some point the plane is going to crash. No question.
Right.
At some point it's going to run out of gas. At some point somebody in your family may get sick, and that reduces the income. Somebody may retire like Angel. Somebody may get laid off or reduced in force. Somebody may get too sick to work. Somebody might just leave the relationship, as it was in my case. And because I waited until the inevitable happened, it became an emergency for me to create revenue. And I've never experienced that much pressure in my life.
Right.
So how do you alleviate the pressure and save your family? You get started before it's mandatory that you get started.
Right.
You know, the Bible says, for man to work while it's day.
Yes.
Because when night cometh, no man can work.
Sheila said, I'm there now and did not do right for myself. And now I'm here trying to keep my head up from going under. I'm at that age and afraid. Fight for your life now. Fight for your life now. If all it costs you to buy a tool to fight for your life is $77 a week or $99 a week. And when we created that $77 package, we had launched the Black Code. And I had about 20 women that said, Coach, I just can't do $99 a week. And I said, can you do 77? And they said, yes. I said, well, I'm not going to show up every week because it's $77. You're not paying me to show up every week. They said, Coach, we so hungry that if you just give us the material, fix us a plate, we'll eat. You don't need to spoon feed it to us. Fix us a plate. People ask, what's the difference between a black and a black light? That is the difference. If you can't afford that 99 and you're scraping by for that 77, but you need to show up with your fork and your knife and your napkin. And every week you need to carve out your abundance. I'm being brutally honest with you. How long are you going to wait until the bottom falls out?
Right.
That's my 2 cents. So, guys, the Black Code starts November 9th and November 11th. November 9th for the Black Code, November 11th for the Black Light. Don't miss the opportunity to change your life. Don't miss the tax-deductible opportunity to get started right now. Go ahead, Angel. You was finna say something?
No, I was just echoing you. Now is the time.
What you waiting for?
Right? There's no better time than right now to get started because you just don't know what's waiting for you around the corner.
That's it. So you need to prepare.
They be waiting on the confirmation of the confirmation. They be waiting on burning bushes. They be waiting on the water to turn to wine. They be waiting on the river to turn to blood. They be waiting on signs. But to me, there's no better sign other than the fact that you're sitting here listening to me right now.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's your sign.
That's your sign.
You know, and if you're waiting for confirmation, you know, with Tierra, with Kier, you know, with us, you know, with the people who are going to come after us, that is your confirmation.
Right.
You know, we're married to God, so we can't be on there lying.
But let me tell you what's so funny.
Yeah.
Please tell the people, Brent, before you go. Please tell the people about when you first met me online. Yeah, I'm going to do you like that. I'm going to do you like that. Go tell them what you told your wife about me. Go.
You know, all right, when I first saw her, right, she's like, yeah, you know, I said, man, look here. She don't know nothing about nothing. She just on here selling these people all these dreams. And then I kept on listening. And when she's, for one thing, was it felt, and found? Or is it still? But anyways, I discredited her.
Like that lady lying.
She lying. You know, she lying. She lying. She lying. And the angel said, how you know she lying? I said, look, she's sitting up in her house, and every time she come on, ain't nobody got it that good. So the more I began to listen, and not only that, the more I began to research, I found out who she really was. And then we've developed a relationship.
Well, first he had to apologize.
Yeah.
No, let me tell you what happened.
Yeah.
He ran up on Google, and my Uncle Google spoke up for me. My Uncle Google started showing him awards and pictures and.
That's what I was going to say. You know, we did the Google thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, my Uncle Google was like, yeah, she 3-time presidential award winner. Yes, she got multiple bestsellers. Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
We've done the research, guys.
He did the research. Cause that man, he said she a charlatan. Angel.
She lying. That lady lying.
She lying. What you listening to her for, man? She lying.
And start coming back every day.
Yeah.
Then every day tomorrow she lying and was here the next day before I got here.
That's she lying. But you know what? Thank God for
discernment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank God for you.
And discernment.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And discernment.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't utilize their discernment. You know?
Yeah.
And a lot of people get scared off by their greatness.
Yeah.
I scare people when I tell them you can be great. I scare people when I tell them how much money they can make. People say, no, not me.
Right.
Maybe that person, but no, not me. And I scare them when I show them people after people after people who have changed their life. And it makes you, I'm reading this book right now called A Course, 21 Days of Miracles, A Course in Miracles, Surrender to Weight Loss Forever. Something by Marianne Williamson. And she said that on this journey, the devil is going to make me think that God can't fix my problem.
Yes.
Along this journey, and the closer I get to a solution, the louder the devil is going to get. Because he going to start acting a fool because he don't want me to break out of my pattern. As long as he's got weight over me, he's got me. That's the only thing he got over me is weight.
Yes.
And as long as he got weight over me, he got me. It's something that he got over you. Some of you, it's money. As long as he got money over you, he got you. As long as you don't have what the Bible says you should have as it relates to abundance, he got you. So he's in your brain, steering you to wrong paths, saying go over there because he don't want you over here. Because he knows that once you get over here, you're going to have to do some work. You're going to have to do some work. Thank you, Lady J Love and Life. She said, you still cute though. But you know, this to me is about more than the look factor.
Yes.
This to me is about the longevity factor. And can I still be Swami D wearing all white at 115 years old? You feel me? Right. So again, and not only just that, it's about looking the devil in the eye and going to war with that thing he has over you. And this is a part of my freedom too, Lady J Love and Life. Absolutely. So I say that because whatever is in your mind, with me, it's my weight, with you, it's your money, whatever it is, unless you go to war against it every day, and unless you employ the Holy Spirit to go to war against it every day, you will not win. If you can win it by yourself, you'd have won it already.
You know, and the one thing is just in being around you and having you need to read this, you need to read this book. We can look at people now and see what they're doing and be like, oh, that's that book.
Yeah.
Oh, doing that from this
Absolutely.
book. The book that you had us to read, the Divine Law of Compensation by Marianne Williamson. The one thing that stuck out to me is where she said, you have to realize it's our nature to receive miracles every day. That's right. And the enemy doesn't want us to know we are supposed to receive miracles on a daily, right? That's the norm for us. But we have gotten into the mindset to where we think a miracle is this once in a lifetime thing, where it should be something that happens every day of our lives.
And if you think about it, if you really, really think about everywhere you've been to get to right here,
right?
I'm a miracle.
Yes,
that's it.
Yes.
My whole life, the life I'm living now, is a miracle. Everything I've done up until this point, it wasn't through my works. I may have had to work on it because he said faith without works is dead, but it was a divine destination. And many of you are missing your divine destination because you won't open your hearts to the belief that God can do it, and then open your minds to the knowledge on how to do it.
Yeah.
Then there is multiple books, and they're all by Marianne Williamson. So it's about understanding that even the conversation I had with my mom in the hospital last night, however disjointed, was a miracle. And about understanding that everything I've done up until this point to be a success. Because if you're still here, you're a success.
Yes.
Regardless as to what shape, form, or fashion. But it's we lose touch with the fact that what we can't do, he can.
Amen.
That's it.
So even as you go on this journey with me, understanding that your lack of success or your success is caused by your belief or by your disbelief.
Sharon is Williamson.
Yeah, it's Mary Ann, Marianne Williamson. And if you look her up, Oprah put her on the map. This is one of the people that first helped Oprah lose weight. Because, see, even weight is not indicative of what you eat. It's what you carry.
That's it.
And every pound on me is stress, me hiding from my greatness. She called me out in the book. She said, you want to be so unassuming that you've put on a costume of weight so that people don't see your greatness coming.
Yes.
You don't want people to know you great. You only want a few people that can see past the pounds to catch the fact that you're good at what you do. And so, and yet, Tamira, I know you know the journey. So, it's my journey with weight is your same journey with money.
That's
It's the same journey with money. I beat the money journey. And I got to use those same tools to beat the weight journey.
Amen.
And we can do it.
So it's not like I'm not fighting too. I'm just not fighting that battle. You fight. I can show you how to beat the money. I can show you how to beat the money up. Now I got to figure out how to beat the weight up. And the money is the same thing. The shame, the judgment of other people, judging yourself, self-abdication, all of the things that people have told you all your life that you would and wouldn't be. And rejection, fear, all of that is compounding your money journey.
Right.
That's it.
All of that. And so when we get into class, and they will tell you, it's just as much of a mental journey. Because a lot of people can show you how to make money. But if they can't show you and help you overcome you,
Right.
if they can't show you and help you overcome you, you'll never win the battle against your
That's right.
abundance will lay buried. And that's the truth of the matter. So that's why I stay reading.
That's it.
Amen.
You know, and that's another thing that you've shown us. You know, your library. Mansions, you know, many mansions, they have the bigger the mansion, the bigger the library. The bigger the mansion, the bigger the library. And the same thing in which you alluded to about money, you know, I can show you all of these things. And with relationships and marriage, we were the same way, but we were alienating ourselves from our purpose, and we were just going on passion. See, our passion is the fuel to your purpose. When things that, you know, people are like, I don't know what my purpose is. You know what your purpose is. You just need to be guided in the direction to make your purpose work for you.
Right.
Y'all sign up for the Build, Launch, and Quit.
Build, launch, and quit, because we've all got to turn into producers. That's one. I said our new word is billionaire. Billionaires. We're going to be billionaires. We're going to build billionaire empires. So that's one. You've got to build a movement. I don't think you guys get it. This is not about selling a product. This is about being an evangelist for your purpose. This is about being a zealot. And I'm a zealot when it comes to helping people earn revenue. I am more upset about your money than some of you are.
Yeah.
And that's crazy to me. I think we may have lost our connection. I don't know. They said, but yeah, I'm more passionate about some of your profits than some of you are about your own money. But it's because you don't know your worth yet, and I want to teach you that. So, guys, if you haven't signed up, make sure you go to bit.ly/black, BLAQ, code November 9th, November 11th. Don't miss your opportunity to shed whatever weight you're carrying about money so that you can finally get to where you're going financially.
Amen.
See, the funny thing about weight is if I got a weight problem, it shows up on the outside. You got a money problem, you can dress yours up, lie about it, post magnificent stuff on social media. You can cover yours up, but I'm gonna tell you something. You can't cover it up for long, because what's done in the dark gonna come to the light. So you gotta fix yours just like I gotta fix mine.
Right.
You gotta fix it. You can be skinny and broke all day. Just letting you know. All right. bit.ly/BLAQ code. Don't allow $77 or $99 a week to be the difference between your greatness being birthed and you having a miscarriage of your greatness. All right. Love you guys. Love you, Marriage of God. Thank you.
Love you too.
Love you.
You guys have a great day.